Do you ever find yourself thinking things like, I just can't change? Even if I try, I'll always be stuck. Or maybe I can never get out of debt. No matter what I do, I'll always struggle financially. Or maybe you might say, no one loves me. And if they knew the real me, they definitely not want to be in my life. How about I'm not good enough? Or I'm not good at relationships. When we start to get closer, I always do something to mess things up. Or this might be more familiar. People in my family struggle with their weight. I'll never like my body. Or let's try something else. I can't get close to God. I'm sure it's my fault. There must be something about me that keeps me from experiencing God like others do. Wow. And lastly, especially because you're probably following me on social media, some type of platform. When I look at this is the question. When I look at other posts on social media, I feel like my life sucks. So I'll tell you this. If you think you can't do it, you probably won't. If on the other hand you think you can, odds are you will. The same is true with your problems. If you dwell on them, they'll probably overwhelm you. But if you look for solutions, guess what? You will find some, them, or all to your problem. If you feel like a victim, you'll probably think like a victim. And guess what will happen if you're thinking like a victim? The direction of your life could be one of misery. But if you believe that the power of Christ can overcome, then with his help, you can. Consider this, and I'm going to get out of here. Who you are today is a result of your thoughts in the past. Who you become in the future will reflect what you think about today. Whether it's self doubt or worrying, or responding poorly to a bad day or a tough session in life, we all wrestle with negativity. We all wrestle with negative thoughts that try to hijack our emotions and our decisions. So, here, I want you to try something. Try taking an inventory of what you're thinking about. Try. It's like conducting an audit on your brain, on your thoughts, I'll put it like that. Just take a moment, pause for a moment, and prepare your mind. Focus on honest answers. You got to really focus on honest answers because what happens is this could be the process of you changing your mind. And there are two things that you really need to talk about, but really need to do. And the first one is take an inventory of what you're thinking. Watch this as you go. Listen, have you really? And I'll share this, and we're going to keep moving on and keep moving on and keep moving on because I know, man, until I started thinking about what I was thinking about, whatever I was thinking about, I just did. When I was in the world out there on them drugs, listen, this devil didn't have to tell me what to do. Whatever I thought of, that's what I did. So I want you as you go through your normal day, like this, just take stock of what your thoughts are, what you're thinking. You gotta like get it out of you. Like write them down, like put them into the notes on your phone or record them on voicemail and later write them down. But you listen, you really need to get those thoughts out of you so you can see it in black and white. See, so trust me, if you really want to change, you need to invest in the time to figure out what you are regularly thinking. Let's see. Listen, I was talking to a young man today, and we were talking about some stuff, and I was showing him some books and this and that. I said, "Listen, you got to invest in yourself. You ain't going to get better at what you're doing unless you take time and invest in yourself. Read some books. Find out, the area that you're in. What are some of the new techniques? What are some of the new stuff? It's just like even with your thoughts. Until you start thinking about your thoughts and evaluating your thoughts, guess what? Nothing won't happen. You continue to lie to yourself about yourself. You will continue to lie to yourself about yourself. I didn't ever put in the work in those 20 years when I was out there on them drugs in prison and all that. I didn't put in the work. So the lie that I kept believing is that I had to keep getting high. I had to keep rob. Listen, my justification for doing the things that I was doing, rob, stealing, and cheating and all that I was only doing that because I needed to get high. Be it true or not, it was not true. So we got to start evaluating the factors consistently in our day, how we're thinking consistently. You got to ask yourself, are you thinking more negatively in the morning, but level out during the course of the day? Or you think more positive in the day in the morning, and as day goes on, negativity creeps in because you start believing the lies or you're hearing what people saying. Do you tend to bring home that negativity to work, to home? I'm sorry, after work? Do you tend to bring that home, or do you bring in positivity? Or do you manage to just leave all that stuff at work? So what you got to start understanding is what we have to start understanding the dynamics and patterns of our day. Listen, the dynamics and pattern of our day. What does our day look like when we think about what we're thinking about, right? It dictates our behavior and it changes us and it molds us to what we do for that day. So when you try doing this inventory, thinking about it, just pray and ask God to reveal anything He wants you to see and understand how you think. See, I gotta understand what's causing me to think the way I'm thinking. Why am I thinking that way? What is causing me to think that way? So look, we're gonna take this journey. So I want you guys to do this inventory, examine yourself with some of the things that I just explained to you. All those questions I asked you, answer those questions. Think about what you're thinking about so you can change your behavior, so you can change. What is the pattern? Watch this. What pattern, right? What is that pattern of how you're thinking on a daily basis? So when we start seeing that, we'll start getting that on black and white. We'll start seeing some of the problems. And the only way we can identify the lies is we have to start seeing the problems. And we can only start seeing seeing the problems if we start thinking about what we're thinking about and what's causing us to think that way. Hey, look, until our next episode, this your guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. We're here, right here. Like I always tell you, God loves you and I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Peace out.